With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And we will not have a return here to start, thanks to the... catch will bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, check mega. Ready.
They will start this drive with 4. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now the NFL's third leading rusher last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. Here's Lance to throw it. Throwing for Chubb, complete on the out route. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
I know there's no magnet in the bone, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. The leading rusher among rookies a season ago. Here's Kenneth Walker. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. You look at this Browns defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
Smith's throw into the hands of Finn. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. The Seahawks at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, for the offense, it looked like that drive had the makings of something good. They were starting to hit a groove, but the defense clearly had other ideas, not only to force the turnover, but to handle the scoring themselves.
Yeah, no panic in their eyes, was there, partner? Think about it this way. A Hall of Fame coach once told me the best characteristic he liked out of his teams was that they didn't flinch. This group, they got pushed back in an early series, kept their composure, and made a big play that swung the momentum their way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not. No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Geno now to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. We can look at this Browns defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
That's good for a Seattle Seahawks.
Throwing again is Smith. And he fires one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. To the right side, this is Walker. Shifts by him. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Geno. And this one is incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Geno. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Let's go. Strike. Check strike.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Steal. Check steal.
And Lance now to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the Seahawks 47-yard line.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Oh, look at the juke. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go ultra. Set.
Throwing now is Lance. They set up the screen to Chubb. Touchdown! Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 60. And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, on turbo.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 3rd down and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. They run again with Walker, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Smith will stay out there. The offense is going to go here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Ready?
Chubb will get the call running left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Ready.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, blue. On the ball.
Chubb. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So it takes him just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 21 to nothing.
Seahawks nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that side has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Throwing is Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Gino, he's going to get this complete to Walker. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 7.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go now.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Ready, set.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Hurry, hurry.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Now Lance. He finds his man complete. That's 4th. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Hey, on the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fan. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Play action. It's Smith. They'll roll him out right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 19. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, Smith. It's caught. Lockett. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are back within a score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down. On the ground, it's Ford. Fighting through. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Moore, the man in motion. Again, they turn to Ford. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
Let's go.
2nd and 5.
You don't lose.
Now a play fake. Lance under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. To throw, it's Lance. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And all the way in. brings you more. 36 yards. And the Browns are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the... All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Browns have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Seahawks 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. That's caught at the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 65 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Here we go.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. Runs over it. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Check, smash. Ready.
They pitch it to Chubb. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Partner, so much for situational football, because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the 4th quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Huh, interesting. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Smith on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Martin Emerson. Inside the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing. And now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll fire one downfield for Fant. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Option play, and they'll give to Walker. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Geno's going to throw, and he'll get in for the score, and that's going to cut the lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Ready?
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Through the middle of the field. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 44 yards. And the Browns tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Tyler Lockett. He's inside the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Here's Smith. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage. Put your heels on the goal line at worst. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Off of play action, here's Lance. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Daytona. Hey, look.
Smith. He's going to let it fly. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers.
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. There he goes, right side. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
This is 1st and 10.
Hey, go flip her out, flip her out.
Smith to throw. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense.